A very good evening and a warm welcome. Thank you for joining us for this week's last edition of Primetime News. I'm Salima Shumwefeleni Masipa. Diplomatic matters lead the bulletin tonight. President Dr. Hage Geingob on Thursday received letters of credence from new heads of mission of 11 countries. The new heads of mission to Namibia, who were welcomed at a ceremony held at State House, include ambassadors and high commissioners from Brazil, Japan, Zambia, Vietnam, South Africa, Spain, Ireland, Malawi, Czech Republic, Serbia, and Sahrawi Arab Democratic Republic. Linnea Dishena compiled our lead report.
You know, our economies between the Republic of Namibia and the Republic of Malawi rely greatly on the neighboring countries. So I look forward to having greater relations, as I said, in terms of trade. Malawi produces a lot of agricultural products, especially rice. So we would like to look at some markets where we can actually sell our markets, maize, and so many other agricultural products that Namibia may need. And again, on the other hand, the area of tourism. Namibia is very great in this area of tourism. So we hope that Malawi, through our relationship that we have between Namibia and Malawi, we can actually learn from each other on how best we can use our tourism to enhance our economies.
The Ireland-Namibian relationship goes back some time, and the first UN commissioner to Namibia was an Irishman, Sean McBride. We have a street in Windhoek named after him. I think what we share is a commitment to human rights, to the multilateral system, and to an international rules-based order, and I think that will continue. We see the journey of Namibia not dissimilar to our own journey, post-colonial experience. And I think our future is very much around working together on human rights, on issues of gender equality and protection of children. We all look towards the future of Namibia as the whole of the region in terms of the emphasis on young people, and we hope to work with the government and the people of Namibia around those priorities.
Minister of Agriculture, Water and Land Reform, Kale Schlettwein, on an invitation by Chief Mamili VII of the Mafwe Traditional Authority, visited the Mafwe Royal Palace in the Zambezi region. Let's have a listen to the minister on his engagement with the Mafwe Traditional Authority.
And we had a very fruitful meeting with the chief himself, the Ingambela, and some councillors of his. The meeting concerned progress in implementing agricultural, water and land-related projects. We have identified some challenges. We have the Kadima Liliselo project that we started to develop, but serious vandalism occurred, and we raised that matter with the chief so that he can assist us to better control it. We raised the matter of how the traditional authority links up with the land board and the ministry when it comes to making land available for agricultural purposes that is outside the designated area. We also touched on water projects, the upgrade of the Katima Mulilo purification plant and pipelines to Kongola and Ngoma respectively.
Back in the capital, illegal electricity connections continue to be the bane of the city authorities, as the municipality recently confirmed a power outage in Boitomelo Street of the Greenwell Matongo residential area due to an increase in illegal electricity connections. Once more, Linnea Dishena filed this report.
Confirming the power cuts this week, City of Windhoek spokesperson Harold Akwenya explained that the area has been experiencing power outage daily for the past weeks due to high unplanned demand of power supply as a result of illegal connections. Akwenya explained that the area is fed by a 500 kilowatt capacity power supply. However, since the winter season, the power has been tripping on one of the feeders with a high load caused by power demand, as some residents resorted to illegal connections to access electricity. He noted engineers are addressing the matter by doing a load balancing in the meantime to ensure that there are no power trip shifting, and they are hoping the situation will change.
Switching attention to news from the continent. The United States on Thursday urged the Democratic Republic of Congo to protect UN peacekeepers after deadly anti-UN protests in the country's volatile east claimed at least 19 lives. Michael Madimba reports.
3 peacekeepers from India and Morocco were killed on Tuesday in an attack on a base on the UN mission in DRC, known as MONUSCO, which many local people resent as having failed to stop decades of armed conflict. State Department spokesman Ned Price told reporters MONUSCO plays a critical role in fostering peace and security, protecting civilians, and facilitating delivery of humanitarian assistance. He added that they call on the national and local authorities in the DRC to ensure the protection of MONUSCO sites and personnel and for protesters to express their sentiments peacefully. The United States, the top funder of UN peacekeeping operations, voiced appreciation for the Kinshasa government's deployment Wednesday of soldiers as well as police to boost security.
When we return, petrol and diesel prices will remain unchanged for August. Primetime Business brings you all things business and economics. And leading the segment, the Ministry of Mines and Energy, in a media statement issued earlier this morning, announced that the price of petrol and diesel will remain unchanged for the month of August. Lydia Pitiri compiled this report.
The statement read the price of petrol will remain at $22.28 per litre and that of diesel at $22.77 per litre in Walvis Bay. Fuel prices across the rest of the country will also remain unchanged. It further noted that the ministry has resolved to extend the temporary reduction of levies imposed on fuel, except the fuel tax that will be reinstated back to 90 cents per litre on all products. Adding this entails the MVA levy, road user charge levy and the NAMCO levy will remain at current levels until further notice. Also read, the ministry, in addressing the burning issue concerning fuel retailers, has increased the dealer margin by 50 cents per litre from 113 cents per litre to 163 cents per litre. The statement read these changes will become effective as from 3rd of August 2022.
On to the pharmaceutical sector. COVID vaccine maker AstraZeneca earlier today revealed that profits fell sharply in the first half on ballooning costs linked to its takeover of US biotech firm Alexion. Michael Madimba reports.
The pharmaceutical group added that sales of its COVID-19 vaccine Vaxzevria slumped 49% in the second quarter. The statement said net profit slumped 64% to $746 million compared with the first 6 months of last year, AstraZeneca said in a statement. The group said operating expenses jumped 33%, reflecting the addition of Alexion and continued investment in new launches and the pipeline of drugs. That offset a 48% jump in revenue to more than $22 billion. Revenue rose strongly thanks to sales of Alexion medicines. The group said annual revenue from COVID-19 medicines is anticipated to be broadly flat compared with 2021. Astra said the majority of Vaxzevria revenue this year was said to come from initial contracts struck as the pandemic took hold.
That's all we had for you for the top segment. Kindly stay tuned for Sport Planet, but first the economics roundup and the weather forecast.
A warm welcome to the Friday edition of your sports installment on Sport Planet. I'm Michael Madimba. We begin with women's football. Recently appointed Brave Gladiators coach Paulus Shipanga says he's convinced his players will be ready when they participate at the upcoming COSAFA Senior Women's Tournament, scheduled for the end of August in South Africa. Speaking to Numbers Makon Luvu at the Namibia Football Association Technical Center, Shipanga said things were moving smoothly at the moment, as players are still reporting for training daily. Let's have a listen on what the gaffer had to share.
Coach, you started your camp recently on Monday. How has it been going?
So far so good. Players are still coming one by one. We still don't have the full squad, but we are pushing with the ones that we're having here. A whole lot of youngsters, new faces that we also want to look at. So yeah, I'm a bit happy now. We're still waiting for a couple of them, like I said, but yeah, life goes on. We just hear what they're saying.
How many players have you had so far, like today?
Today I actually had a whole lot. We are around about 30, 32, 33. It's almost the fullest we had today because the other days we only had 18, 17. The ones from outside were still traveling, but it looks good. I'm quite happy at this moment.
Yeah. In terms of their fitness, obviously they haven't played a lot of football this year, or any football for that matter. How is the fitness levels?
I would say fitness level is very rusty, at a level that you don't know, especially if you go play international games, it's still not there. And we're trying to push them as much, but we can't push them also too much because of they will get fatigue and they will get injuries. So we're trying to limit it. But we're pushing them. We're pushing them. Coach Alfie is here and he's trying his best also.
How many times are you training a day?
We're training twice a day, morning and afternoon sessions, until Saturday. Saturday we only have one, and then give them off Sunday just to recover for Monday, 2 sessions.
Any plans to play local friendlies or international friendlies and an international camp?
Locally, yes, we're trying to get friendlies for Saturdays, but if we can't, we'll just play amongst ourselves. Next week we have acquired friendlies. International wise, when we are traveling, we'll see what the space is when the players be made when we're playing, and hopefully we'll probably get 1 or 2 teams international.
With about a week's countdown before the resumption of the 2022-2023 English Premier League season, football fanatics can look forward to a pre-season slugfest when Manchester City striker Erling Haaland will go head-to-head with Liverpool forward Darwin Núñez as the Premier League title rivals unveil the expensive new recruits in the curtain raiser Community Shield. Heading into Saturday's clash, the pressure is on Haaland and Núñez to justify their hefty price tags over the coming months. The pair represent over £100 million of goal-scoring firepower as the duel between City and Liverpool intensifies. Stand by for your sports roundup. And with that, that's a wrap for the week. Many thanks for watching. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe, like, share and press the notifications bell to stay posted on the latest happenings locally and globally. Catch us next week for another Monday to Friday dose of primetime news. From myself, Michael Madimba, and the entire production crew, wishing you a restful weekend. Good night.